I listened to a Teachers on Fire podcast episode, and the episode I listened to talked about being like students being forced to apologize. I thought it was pretty interesting. Um, it was a shorter format. I think the video was 11 minutes long, so it was a lot of information in a short amount of time, but it was pretty entertaining. Um, it talked about like the purpose of apologies, when apologies should be used, should apologies be forced. Um, and it talked about mainly the students, but then it got into should teachers apologize, when is appropriate to apologize, and if not apologizing, you need to have a reason why you are not apologizing. Um, so yeah, the podcast was pretty informational, and I enjoyed listening to it a lot. On to question two, how can Web 2.0 tools be used in the classroom? Web 2.0 tools can be used in the classroom all the time. Like you could have the students listen to a podcast, then create a presentation about the podcast using Prezi like we did today, or just PowerPoint. Um, Kahoots can be like fun. Those would be a Web 2.0 tool that you could use in the classroom on a Friday or a Thursday or sometime towards the end of the week, or as a reward, you could use a Kahoot so that they're still getting the knowledge, or but it's like a game version of it. Um, the students could collaborate on like writing assignments or presentation assignments or even creating their own video together. Um, Another Web 2.0 tool is like Zoom. So let's say for whatever reason you wanted to host a study hall or your students were struggling but they didn't have school, you can host an optional Zoom call that they could hop on to gain other knowledges and other things like that. You can use tools. You could even use games as tools. There's lots of ways you could go about it. And on to question three, Prezi was very fun. I liked working with it. It's weird that it takes pretty much almost all the work out of your hands and puts it into the presentation with just like a couple sentences and you telling it the requirements for it. And it generates it super fast, like within a couple minutes. Um, so I really liked working with it. It was definitely different from PowerPoint, and I don't know if it's like I don't think it takes away PowerPoint because I think PowerPoint should still be used, especially if you have a restriction on an assignment that you can't use AI. But in terms of like if you needed a presentation fast before class, or if you needed a presentation that you already had, you could upload it to Prezi to have it look over it and spice it up or take it down that visual path. And the presentation was a lot more visually engaging than PowerPoint was, but the trade-off to that is it's kind of like it's a lot. Like when you're clicking through the slides, there's a lot going on. So like I'd say if you were in a more business environment or in a more like informational environment, I think PowerPoint would be better in that case because you can tone down the animations and all the images going on. I'm sure you can do that in Prezi too. I haven't played with it enough, but from that standpoint, I think PowerPoint would be better at like getting just the information out to like an audience who's there to not be engaged. They're there to just copy down the notes, like a town hall meeting or something like that. And Prezi would be good if like, hey, I need to present this to a class. Then your kids are not going to be bored. They're not going to be like disengaged with it. They're going to be looking at the presentation the whole time. But yeah.